Greetings, everyone. Welcome. It's Friday on Going Optimal, and most of you know what that means around here. It's Chat Gauntlet Day. This might be, I think this is going to be the last Chat Gauntlet of 2020 because next Friday is Christmas, which I'm going to be taking off, and the Friday after that is New Year's Day, which I might be streaming, but I don't want to commit to a gauntlet that day. Although my hair is probably safe because I'm not much of a drinker. If I could take on all you partiers at 9 a.m. New Year's Day. I bet I'd have a pretty good gauntlet if I picked the right folks. Anyway, so Chat Gauntlet, though, that is where instead of playing against randos on Arena, we do play on Arena, but we draft on a third-party website over at mtgadraft.herokuapp.com. It's an incredible site for leveraging your assets on Arena for some free drafting, basically. It's a website that allows you to draft on the website, export your resulting decks over to Arena, and then use the friend challenge system to battle the people you drafted with. This allows you to play with friends. It allows you to draft in pod and draft and play in pod. Arena does not offer in pod play. So if you wanted the classic, authentic draft experience, you can get 7 people you know, hop over to MTGA draft, do your draft, and then hop over to Arena and play against each other. That's basically what we're doing today. We do it best of one style. This allows me to battle all 7 viewers who took the time today to come and play with me. I like to do that. And it creates a nice little 7-game gauntlet. And we have a tradition around here. Of course, just getting to 4-3 is winning the week. That's the fundamental goal that Chat has against me and I have against them. But there's extras. If Chat can go 5-2 or 6-1, we take a trip to the old MTGA store and I spend some of my precious gems on ridiculous bling that doesn't even provide gameplay value. But they earn it. And that's happened. And then if the thing that has not happened yet is the Chat 7-0. If Chat 7-0s me, well, we're going to have a good faith discussion on how to approach deciding what my next haircut's going to be, because that's what Chat earns at that point, is deciding what happens to the hair above my neck. Yikes. I don't want them to decide that. I want to decide that. So I like at least winning once today. I always get nervous on cube days. I have a pretty good record when it comes to Chat and cube. But the thing is, like, if you were to play this out a gazillion times, even if my overall record might be good in cube, I bet my most 07s would be in cube, because you can just you can train wreck like nothing in cube, and you can, or train wreck looks weird in cube because you still look like you have powerful cards. Nobody comes out of a cube draft without powerful cards in their pile, but if you don't have the right synergies and the right plan, it can all fall apart, and in the face of other powerful cards, you can just roll over. So I always get a little bit nervous gauntleting on cube, but that just makes it all the more exciting, right? And we are going to be using our local homegrown cube. Viewer David Vero has become quite the cube enthusiast and a skilled cube builder. And we like using his cube around here. I think it's great. One thing I like about David's cube better than the Arena cube is that David, I believe, I haven't checked, David, if you're here, you can verify, but that your Planeswalker count is a little lower. I think the Wizards cubes seem to historically lean into the Planeswalker power and really make it constructed limited, which is fine. But I like David's approach of having a little bit fewer Planeswalkers and making it feel more like or having answers, and that's really important in any cube situation. Like, you got to be asking yourself throughout, what do I do if my opponent lands a really annoying Planeswalker? How am I managing that? And so even in David's cube, that's important, but it just feels extra important in the Wizards cube. But anyway, if you want to do this, this is not the only time that my community drafts on mtgadraft.herokuapp.com. In fact, it's happening all the time over at the Going Optimal Discord. So if you would like to get in on now, Cube is going to ask a lot of you in terms of resources. You're drafting so many rares and mythics that if you don't have those in your collection, you're going to have to be crafting them to, quote, play for free. But if you happen to have a huge Arena collection or expendable wildcards, then by all means, jump into the Discord and start cube drafting there. You can get a lot of practice in without having to risk your resources, and you can mess around with different cubes. You can use the official cubes like the arena one, or you can jump into a cube draft with David's cube or one of the many alternate cubes that floats around. So yeah, the Discord is great, and this whole system of using MTGA draft has been wonderful. We have a big fun time with it every Friday here. We have a lot of fun with the chat gauntlet, and I hope you check out the Discord to figure that out. I also hope you check out my sponsors. I've got two of them. We've got cardkingdom.com. They are offering some holiday promotions right now. They got a gift guide that was actually worked with the professor, of Tolarian Academy notoriety, to work out the ultimate gift guide. So I don't know if we're getting pretty late in the season here. I don't know if you're going to get stuff on by Christmas, but it's still a great time to check out what they've got available and get some good recommendations on stuff. Oh, Tolarian Community College, thank you. I didn't want to get that brand wrong, but yes, the professor is what I think of it as the professor. So the professor recommended stuff here at Card Kingdom, and make sure you get there via my affiliate links so they know you got there from here. And then my other sponsor is Spumoni Works. Oni Spumoni is the creator, the designer of my channel. So all of the themes and colors and banners and panels and stuff that you see and even the emotes that we use were created by Oni Spumoni, and you can check out all his sweet physical merch over at Spumoni Works. Lots of cool stuff, including those magic pins. And if you use the Go Shopping code, you get 15% off your purchase. And you let Oni know that I sent you, and he rewards me with some design time. I'm going to get some more design done on this channel, and I would love to get some help with that. So if you want to buy some cool pins and help a young entrepreneur like Oni, and then help me get some design work done on my channel, you'd be doing it's like a 2-for-1. So check that out. Thanks, everybody. Cheese finally gets it. Alrighty, let's I'm gonna hop over to left monitor here and show you what we're up to in terms of the draft scene. Here we are on mtgadraft.herokuapp.com. And this is a custom card list. You can see up here, you can load your custom cards. You can also, it knows about various prominent cubes, and you can just pick a prominent cube from a drop-down list. You can make your own sets. There's ways to give it collation, like an actual Magic set. So you could actually make a Arena Masters set of your own design if you wanted and draft that. So it's a really great site, and if you want to help support it, don't forget the old Buy Me a Coffee link down here, and you can send Ryoku some dollars for his trouble. That's a really nice thing that we have here, and let's show you how to use it. Ready, check, maybe, Hat's organizing this affair today, and we got our players all lined up. I got my order ready. My approach, so early on in Cube, I'm looking for powerful build-arounds, like linchpin cards for really powerful strategies, or generically good stuff that ideally provides turn after turn value. I'm looking for, planeswalkers. I'm looking for, Tendershoot Dryad. Just something that that if it's not answered, takes over the game all on its own. Cleric of Life's Bond is interesting. Suggests there's the life gain deck here. You can also take something generically good like a removal spell like Baffling End, but that's not quite good enough. I wouldn't want to start on Baffling End. Spark Double is like 2-for-1 level power is good. Not that this is a 2-for-1 per se, but being able to copy creatures or planeswalkers, it's only you control, but they get bigger, and let's double a Ugin or something, right? That'd be cool. This is not the Arena Cube. This is the Dave Vero Cube. I can also, just thinking about, do you like this view better? I'm not sure whether to show all the cards or show some of the cards bigger, but we can if there was one thing I would want from this sweet site, it's rollover pop-ups. So then I could hold this view and talk about each one. Yeah, Plukernos is a value engine for sure. I don't know if I want to lock into, not lock into, but start on 2 colors. Yeah, that's why I'm leaning Dryad. It does what I'm saying. It's turn after turn value, but only 1 color. I think I'm going to do that. Kenrith is all colors, but is incredible value. That would be something to do too. David likes the Blood Artist as build around. I was thinking this morning, I haven't done a lot of big ramp lately, so I actually like Tendershoot heading towards some sort of green ramp strategy as really appealing. Nothing to marry here though. Angel of Invention is pretty strong. Banalish Marshall, like if we had taken, it looks like there's a lot of anthem effects around here. Yeah, Prime Speaker is interesting if it might wheel. What are you thinking here? We got Tezzeret as a build around. Sphinxes could just get us into control and we could abandon the green. Shark Typhoon is hard for me to pass. That's just like, yeah, Angel does match Tendershoot if we want to match our first pick. Angel does that. A couple of 5 drops to start is pretty, gotta look out. We don't want interaction, we want cheap stuff. But I'm really enamored by Typhoon and Invention. Typhoon a little more controlling, Angel, Tendershoot a little more not aggressive, but go wide, a little more creature based. Yeah, all right, we'll take Angel. Making some tokens again. Jim liked the land. Also a reasonable pick. Yeah, it's a good call, Bad Lotus. If you had anybody who took Typhoon, I don't blame you. That card is excellent if you cycle it, and if you have the time to land it and abuse it, it's just game winning. So we have here a lot of fixing, a lot of lands and fixing in this one. Nothing. I mean, there's Procession that kind of goes with our token making, double all the tokens. But you're right. If we're doing this, it probably wheels. So we should maybe not take this here. I agree with that. You can even do something like just a Terramorphic here. Pelt Collector is, you do want, like, you need early stuff. Pelt Collector is probably fine. I'm probably just, like, you can get enamored with all the big, powerful stuff in a cube, but really it can pull you away from the importance of early drops. Yeah, that's true. With this start, Tendershoot, you kind of want to lean the white if you're doing the token stuff, but still, this is playable. What are we taking if not? I mean, Tron would just take the Procession. Don't try to be greedy and wheel it. That's fair. Rada is another option here for sure. Yeah, let's take the Procession. I know it is likely to wheel, but let's not give anybody else any ideas, and then maybe we can actually get a good version of this deck. Cataclysmic Gearhulk, since we're in white, is kind of interesting because, but it's actually good against us if we're going to try and go wide. Unbreakable Formation was a somewhat heavily discussed card in a recent draft, and you're looking at Shrine. What Shrine is here? Or is that last pick? You think Glorybringer's a standout? I don't know if I want to switch to a new color. I mean, we could add red to it, sure. Unbreakable Formation is so good with these first two, though. I'm going to stick to the plan. No, well, I mean, I discussed it a lot because of you, Jim, but it ended up being discussed. That's all I'm saying. And I'm going to take it. I understand the Glory Bringer. What I need to do is just really look for interaction. I really want, if I'm going to be in white, I need to look out for those O-ring effects and prioritize them highly. Because the part of the problem last time when I was in this color pair, not that we are going to be green-white for sure. We might drop the tender shoot, but it looks like we're locking in on white here. Yeah, exactly. A 4 and 2 5s is worrisome, but I'm going to take the Unbreakable Formation, and we'll keep taking a look here. Fetters is that interaction I'm talking about, so I'm going to grab that. It's also expensive. Now we're looking at 3 2 4s and 2 5s. Is an expensive way to start out a cube draft, but this is exactly what I'm talking about, having missing from the last times I was drafting white, and really felt it. So we're going to take that and be happy. Yeah, it's a good recovery plan against aggro, especially. Maybe I should have taken that Sharknado. Another reason to take like Sharknado over the, what did we take, Angel, is just that blue is good. Blue ends up being so darn good. Might as well give yourself a chance to get into it. We could take the Thriving Heath here to help us cast our green, make it heavy white, light green. Brontodon is powerful if we're willing to be heavier green here. This is much more of a green commitment. Not only is it double green, it's a double green 3-drop. That actually wants a lot. You think we should get... It's not necessarily too late to get into red, but the trouble with red is I don't... like, we're very much doing tokeny things in our white and in our green, and I don't see tokeny things happening in red as much. Yeah, and like Amiria's Call just goes with what we're doing. It's possible that we were supposed to be red, or it's like we're in the wrong lane or something. But I just can't. Amiria's Call is, and I'm gonna stick with what I'm doing. Let's see. We've got Emil the Blessed. We could do Swarm Shambler. We could do Omnath. You want to just try and get into Omnath? Yeah, Preserver was a reasonable thing there too. Yeah, Initiate's an easy pickup here to just have something in the 2s. I'm just looking at, and what's this is, yeah, all right, we'll just take the Initiate. Omnath is, yeah, Swarm Shambler, Roiling Regrowth, these are all interesting, but we're heavy white. We have 1 green card. I'm going to take the thing that continues down the white path. Visionary, though, but here we go. Conclave Mentor kind of solidifies us as this again, right? Visionary jumped out at me, but Mentor is kind of the thing. Let's take it. Feel like we tried this before, but we're going to try it again. Servo Exhibition is a new addition. Yeah, I noticed that. Is there Artifact Matters stuff it's also helping with? Yeah, exactly. Mentor Information. Let's do that. I want to do that and that. Well, we have avenues to both. Angel does both. Whoa. Stop that. Ooh, well, we could Anthem it. We know we took an Anthem. This is our opening pack wheel. the next pack had Angel of Invention and the Benalish Marshal. The fact that Glorious Anthem is here suggests that Benalish Marshal will be available in the next pack. So as much, yeah, I guess we could say that if we're going to have Benalish Marshal, we're going to have we have our Anthem effects covered, maybe? But like we could have triple Anthem is what I'm predicting. It's just that we give up, this is the type of removal I'm talking about, or we could even, you know, here's Pelucranos still here. Wow. We were talking about doing that. Yeah, that's what I'm feeling like, Fenor. If this were a better interaction, I would take it, but I'm gonna go with good. And actually, we did not get the other Anthem, so I'm glad that we did that. Woodland Champ is both. Check out the Woodland Champion is in our deck, right? It's like it's the linchpin. It does both things. Love it. Well, I don't know how good this is going to be, but I like it. I like that we have a clear plan. We're going to take. Looks like red is wide open. Someone's gonna crush us with red. And also, gosh, I almost want to take this Yahenni's expertise away. This is pretty darn good against us. Expanse is fixing, but we're playing in pod, and it changes things for me. So I'm going to take the hate pick because I'm playing every one of my opponents. And I don't want to give any of my black playing opponents a very late, devastating card against us. Guardian Project. Whenever a non-token creature enters on the battlefield under your control, if it doesn't have the same name as another creature you control or a creature in your graveyard, draw a card. So this is a good value engine for a deck that is not going to have a lot of natural draw. So we could do that. It's not particularly synergistic with everything we're doing. We could also just take the hate. You like the kitty? Yeah, it does make tokens, I guess. And we are doing some antheming. I don't know about that one. Yeah, well, we're definitely, I mean, that's not an engine. That's just a card draw effect, right? Like, we're going to take Anax still being here is very surprising to me. I can't believe that somebody is not heavily in red and didn't take Anax. I think that's interesting. Anax makes tokens, yes, but we're not going to play Anax. Unlikely. I don't know. Maybe red ends up so stupidly open we abandon the green and put it in, but I think we have our plan pretty well covered here. And let's take the Mirari away. Swarm Shambler, yeah, we'll play that now. It's a fine last pick. Great Henge is not really where we're at because Great Henge is looking to be cheap because you have something huge. We don't really have the huge thing going on, so we probably just want the landing. But honestly, I hate passing this Great Henge. This is going to be tough to beat. You could also take Yorion, but we want lowdown. We got, again, with the Unbreakable Formation, the Angel of Invention, and the Glorious Anthem, we are fine to play some cheap early stuff and just make it big with our Anthem effect. Yeah. This is definitely the right pick over Great Henge, but you get what I mean, right? Like, whenever you're green and you see this, you hope that it's for you, but it's just not for us here, and that's a little sad. But Legion's Landing is happy, so we'll take that. Thalia jumps out as really annoying for a lot of our opponents. And it's a 2. Vanguard is another option. We are playing the colors needed to actually activate Shalai. Like, Shalai seems really on point for our deck in terms of the hexproof and the counters. But I think we can. I'm going to try and I think we can wheel Shalai. Is that crazy? I think we should go Thalia or Vanguard. Yeah, one of the 2s. Let's see. We are doing enough. I guess we're doing enough non-creature that we could go Vanguard here. I don't know. You tell me, gang. We got here. I can pull this one. We got some time. What about 20 seconds. Thalia, Vanguard, or I'll put Shalai on the list in case you really think we shouldn't risk it. Oops, did I misspell that? Sorry, fat fingers. I'm trying to make you. I'm trying to steal the election from Shalai. So not many people want Thalia. The choice is between Vanguard and Shalai, but since there's more votes for a 2-drop than the 4-drop, I'll take the Vanguard, and we'll see if we can't wheel Shalai. I don't know if we'll be able to, but we'll give it a try. Hey, Banishing Light. Now this is the quality interaction that I'm talking about. Non-land permanent. Get out of here. I like the goose. I don't know if we'd play it. We're trying to be heavier white than green, but we're going to need a lot of green here. I mean, we have a green 1-drop we're probably going to play, but this is a clear Banishing Light. Teferi Time Raveler being in here is like, wow, like we got to pass Tef. Yeah, I get goose, sure, but interaction is so key. We just don't have a lot of it. I'm going to take it while I have a chance at it. Yeah, goose would be nice, but I think the deck needed that card more. Takedown is some more interaction that's in the form of a land, but we could consider Fauna Shaman to hunt for like our angel, you know, get our best creatures going, find our Tender Shoot. Green Warden. Yeah, Green Warden is not really what our deck is doing. I think Takedown is where we want to be. Yeah, we're trying to go wide as well. I mean, it's decent even if you're just playing kind of a normal white-based, creature-based deck, but when you're going token wide, it's extra good. I wonder if somebody hated the Benalish Marshall or whether there's another mono or heavy white drafter at the table. Feels like we've been getting stuff to wheel that would be snapped up by a competing drafter, and that maybe the Benalish Marshall was just hate drafted by somebody who didn't want to face that in a nice mono white deck. Not sure. We'll find out, I guess. Venerated Loxodon is great. Tristani, though, is even more so what we're doing. I almost never pass Venerated Loxodon, but Tristani is just actually what we're doing. So yeah, we'll take Tristani. This is great. So how many Anthem effects do we have now? 1, 2, we have 3 static Anthem effects and 1 spell-based Anthem effect. David would have taken Loxy. Interesting. March. Hello, March. Now, I want this Conclave Tribunal, but we are only wheeling 2 cards from this pack, and I'm not giving up March. Fenrir says Tribunal over March. Interesting. I did... But we got, like, if we didn't have, we now have Banishing Light and Faith's Fetters, so I feel like we can, Oh, you think Tristani would wheel? I just don't like counting on that. Yeah, exactly. I don't think that, or if nobody's doing Scape Shift, this is coming back, and we're best of 1, so Grafdigger's Cage is likely to come back. Like, I just don't see how we're not seeing these as the last 2 cards in the pack. So I'm taking March. Scavenging Ooze. Hellrider. Boy, Mono Red is going to crush us. Timely Reinforcements could help with that. It does what we're trying to do. But Scavenging Ooze, I think, is just going to be better for Timely. Yeah, you like Bodyguard. I mean, I get it. We like 1-drops, but we're not. This isn't exactly the. I just think Scavenging Ooze is enough better than the Dauntless Bodyguard that we should take Ooze. Yeah, with Mentor especially. Don't sleep on the Ooze, man. This card is bonk. You draw it like on turn 6 with stuff already dead and just like drop it and go like, yeah, it's already a 5/5 and I get 3 life back, and what are you going to do? Whereas the Bodyguard comes down on 1, gets in a couple times, and then feels like it stalls. Well, we haven't figured that out yet. We're only in pack 2, keep in mind. Maze Mind Tome, so good. Kind of almost want to just take the Maze Mind Tome, but it's a little more controlling than where we're at. We should probably just take the Rex Sage and destroy some stuff while dropping a creature on board. Rex Sage, so good. Yeah, you're not wrong, Fenor. Like, we're trying to take these 1/1s, these cheap drops, and make them something with all these Anthem effects. But I still just think that Scavenging Ooze, I mean, it thwarts reanimation strategies. Like, there are graveyard strategies that really hate to see a Scavenging Ooze. So it's just like, even if you were saying, yeah, nobody in your pod cares about getting stuff back out of the graveyard, like the fact that you're eliminating stuff from the graveyard doesn't even matter, it would still be fine. But then when you add in the fact that you're just hosing graveyard strategies, it becomes a high priority for me. There's nothing in here for us, so we're looking at what we don't want to face. Could be an Illumination that we cut. Yeah, I think we cut Illumination. We have an answer to Dreadhorde Invasion in Rex Sage, and Saheeli might be a cut, a thing to hate draft as well. This is just powerful card draw, and this is a powerful build around. So it depends on what you want to. You want to cut something generically good, or cut something that could be incredible for a specific player. I'm going to cut the generically good thing because I know this is going to not go to a blue player who would absolutely play it. But I don't know if anybody's interested in Saheeli, so I'm not going to bother cutting her. We are white-green. Do we care about this, though? Nah, this is a not really a white-green card. It's a 5C card. So we just take Thalia and be pretty happy that that she came back. Yeah, we'd like to see. We wanted to see the 4-drop flyer come back, but I still like our pick choices. I'm glad we have our early game set so well here. We can take Isolated Chapel or Pathway to set up some possible splashes. We could, yeah, or we could just hate the anger. I think we hate the anger. Yeah, I'm happy to get Thalia back because she was on the list, but I think the one, if I could have chosen something to wheel from that pack, I at that point would have chosen the 4-drop that could help take over. Nightmare still being here is scary. Take Perilous Mirror, and it could be a, with all our anthems, be a 3/3, then when it dies, shoot something down. Are we playing the Ginger Brute? Sure, let's take Ginger Brute and play it. Loxodon comes back. How about that, David? Foxy Loxy. And this is pack 2. Can we call draft end? Let's just say the draft is... Oh, so it's Pact of Negation in Grafdigger's Cage. Who cares? I guess I'll take the Pact. We don't care about Grafdigger. And look, see, I was smart on that too. We even got our Dauntless. Oh, boy. Now I got to do this.
Everything's coming up Millhouse.
All right, Mirari's Wake. Shatter the Sky, just hate draft on pack 3, pick 1. Moth, also super interesting though. Yeah. Do you think we'll wheel the Wake? Maybe Wake isn't even that important to us. Like the two sides of Wake are that it's an anthem. So your creatures get +1/+1, and then your lands tap for double. But the land tapping for double is less important. Yeah, Ambusher, another great card. I think it does come down to Broodmoth or Ambusher because we have the anthem job done, and we really don't need the ramping the job done. So I like Ambusher or Broodmoth. I do like Broodmoth as Wrath protection, right? Let's take the Broodmoth on that concept. Crystalline Giant is a nice body. We could take Pima Renegade and throw counters and stuff around. A Johnny, meanwhile, what is this Johnny? Each of up to 2 target creatures, return target creature. Yeah, we could take a Johnny. That seems fine. But yeah, Giant is pretty good. What do you think, Giant or a Johnny? I think it's definitely one of those two. Maybe I'll pull this one. You think it's Renegade? Oh yeah, I could have put Renegade on the list. That's true. Well, a Johnny is the vote winner. I could rerun it with Rishkar, but I'll take a Johnny. That's fine. You Renegade folks, understood. We could take Seasoned Howlblade here. It's great. We could also take a World Sculptor and try and splash it, but Howlblade's just right on plan, right? I'll just take it. I think we need like we need more splans because we're doing so well on playables. Yeah, or just fixing, right? I wouldn't mind a green-white dual land for sure. Yeah, let's keep an eye on that. Like, our deck is already good. Now let's make sure we cast our spells. Fabled Passage does that. So does Incubation Druid to that extent. Voracious Hydra is, I mean, there's lots of good stuff that's not land, but we were just talking about how we need land now, so I'm kind of inclined to take the Passage. But yeah, look, the mono red stuff is, the red cards are pretty bonkers here. Is this Gideon important? I don't think so. Maybe I should read it. Then I can decide. All right, fine, I'll read. Until your next turn, prevent all damage target permanent would deal. Oh yeah, this one. So it is kind of a white weenie in himself, but I don't know if it's an important one for us. I'm looking Hydra, Druid. I think it's this trio that we're looking at. Either just taking the baseline, fixing, getting a Druid. We're a little thick on 2, but Druid would not suck. And yeah, the counters thing is a good point. Like, we can find a way to put a counter on it and get it tapping for 3 sooner. Hydra's good. I'm gonna take Druid. David Wood Angel. I did Druid. Heroic Intervention. Here's the Divine Visitation. Is this, do we finally have the deck for it? Maybe we take it, play it, and if it doesn't work out at all, David has to take it out of the cube. I don't know. I don't know if we're doing it, you know. Visitation might come back, but what are we taking instead? We could just take Tomic. One, two, three, four, five, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, I bet Divine Visitation comes back out of this. Let's take the Tomic. This is a nice to have or a nice to try, but Tomic is right on plan and right where we want to be. Yeah, but it's 3 cards. I mean, what are the worst cards? Maybe if nobody's doing this, or I guess people might not do Spyglass. So maybe Order, Stronghold, Orrery, Spyglass. But still, I do think that Tomic is actually more important for this deck than Divine Visitation. Divine Visitation also feels a bit win more to me in this deck. We can take Raise the Alarm here. It makes tokens, but how about a Hornet Queen for top-end tokens? Is that crazy? Or should we just take the Raise? We don't have that much top-end. We got a few 5s. But maybe for a deck like this, 5 is the top-end. Resplendent Angel, another option, but, you know, we are doing the token thing. Yeah, we're a little low on 3s. We can just take Angel. All right, I'll take the Raise, but I'm thinking it might be Angel here, but I'll take the Raise. Linvala's cool. We can just go Linvala. Growing Rights, though, if you know, we should be able to flip this. It's then, though, we're not really doing anything with that mana again. You know, we can take Stone Coil Serpent as yeah, Vivian is interesting, but at Trips Green, I don't know if we're going there. Yeah, that's true. We could do quite the March of Multitudes with Growing Rights. Well, Trips Green on a 7-drop, a lot different than Trips Green on a 4-drop. So I think it's Growing Rights or Stone Coil. One thing about Stone Coil is that it's really good with our friend Venerated Loxodon, because it can be any size you want. Also, Stone Coil with Mentor doesn't suck. Also, I'm gonna take the Stone Coil Serpent. I think we would play that. That's true. You can also just say treat her like a 7. Ugin still being here at 6 mana colorless really surprises me. Although, yeah, Ugin still being here is a big surprise to me. Oketra and Mikaeus are for our deck, though, but which one is better? Yeah, I'm kind of leaning Mikaeus with our Conclave Mentor. Let's take Mikaeus. Not sure. Jim liked the Oketra. Again, though, when you're in that spot and they're doing very similar jobs, feeding into your synergies at kind of a similar power level, you at least know that you're not that far off. Look, Ambusher comes back. Beast Whisperer. It's interesting, but I don't know if we're actually so heavy on creatures that we want a Beast Whisperer. Yeah, let's take that. We might, it's possible we're supposed to be harder towards mono white. We didn't really get any fixing. So we're like on, we're just on natural basics, which is really not where you want to be. So we'll consider that in deck building. I'm going to take this Thief, let the red deck have whatever it wants out of life. Red deck is going to crush us. Whoever's in red is just going to crush us. Anything here? I guess we'll cut Lava Coil off from somebody. I don't think I'm going to run Engine. If somebody else wants to, they can go for it. It's possible, but man, when you get anything you want for the red deck, there are no bad matchups. Angel of Sanctions comes back, and a Braid still here is offensive, but there you go. I mean, I'm not taking it, so I don't think we're taking... Yeah, we'll take Angel of Sanctions too. That's probably a playable. Can I be honest? The first time this Angel came through, I was thinking it was the 2/6 Angel from Zendikar. This is better. Glad it came back. This is the trio we were hoping to wheel. What were we hoping to wheel from this? The Visitation. Yeah, so we didn't get the Visitation back. But again, that's all right. It's not... It felt like not even what our deck wanted in terms of job filling. And I'm going to take the Orrery, and we have Graveyard Hate. So, hey, look, Hornet Queen came back anyway. We can decide. Yeah, this is a 60-card deck event now. Just let everybody know, and I'll assume everybody's cool with that. Gosh, we can even play the Grazer. Yeah, I'm going to export this to a text file, share it to all of you, go take a little nap, and then come back when you tell me that you've got the deck built. Yeah, everybody gets a Yorion. All right, let's start by... I don't think we're... I think it's correct that we're not playing the Hornet Queen because of color requirements. Takedown and Amiria's Call. I'm going to cut them for now, just as we know that they're splans that we'll get back in. I just want to see what our count is without splans. And that would be... This is currently 33. Well, define absolutely on game plan, because almost everything here is, because our game plan is creatures, tokens, +1/+1 counters, and interaction. And if we say creatures, tokens, +1/+1 counters, and interaction, suddenly everything we have qualifies. Yeah, this is close to a land, but I'm not going to count it as such. I think you're right. Get out the Grazer. Maybe you can get out the Shambler. This is technically on plan, but is on plan on turn 1. And by cutting the green 1-drop, we are... Brute is cuttable, but one of the things about ones here is... I don't think we want to cut our ones. This is like, we have 1, 2, 3... Well, this isn't a 1. This is a 2 at best. But our 5 ones are really helpful to doing broken things with Loxodon. And we have multiple Anthem effects. So stacking up these Anthems, and then suddenly wasn't there another one? Oh, yeah, this Angel of Invention. Like, we've got 4 Anthems. So even our 1/1s are going to be something by the mid-game. I mean, we might even put back the Shambler, because we do have a lot of stuff we want on 2. I guess if we shave back on... Like, we could cut the Incubation Druid. But again, I guess I like that better than... Somewhat better than Tomic. But Tomic is good, too. Kind of... Maybe Tomic is better as a answer for someone actually doing lands from graveyards. Cut a Johnny is suggested. Yeah, I guess a Johnny is doing a job other cards are doing in this deck better. We're going to keep the Procession, right? We're doing enough of that, especially Angel of Sanctions, right? Does that work? Like we embalm Angel of Sanctions with Anointed Procession and get 2 Angels? I hear you, Fenrir. I'm looking at it right now. The streamer Fun in Me wants to try that. Even though I hear you, this might be the grown-up cut. Let's cut Tomic. Gotta cut something, right? This is here. This is here. This is here. This is here. And we just like all of our 5s. This isn't a 5. This is like a 3 if we can do it right. I'm not going to cut the the Druid. Druid. Yeah, maybe we do cut the Druid. No, I'm not cutting Angel Invention. It's one of our double players. It's one of our double agents. It does +1/+1 counters. It's a triple agent. It does +1/+1 counters. It does tokens, and it does Anthem. I've explained why I want to try keeping our 1s. I could even give up the Ambusher, really reduce our green commitment. It really turns green into a splash, which is nice. We're getting there. Closing in. Closing in. Maybe we need to cut our worst 2, but they're also good. We could cut Thalia if we felt like Thalia was affecting our other stuff, but man, it's only affecting like Banishing Light, March. Thalia is affecting a lot. We could cut Thalia as a little too balanced for us. Cut Champion from the 2s. I'm so trying to hold on to the Champion because it's another double player. When we make tokens, it gets counters. It's like... Fenrir says no more cutting 2s. Then what are we doing, Fenrir? What's got to go? What's got to go? Rex Sage. You're gonna make me cry. Yeah, I suppose. This is where it would be much better out of the board. But we do have, with Banishing Light and Fetters, we can affect artifacts and enchantments, so that's a reasonable call. Can't believe I'm cutting Rex Sage from a green deck. I suppose that's a good sign. Gingerbrute as a 1-drop is playable on planes. It is made big by our many anthems, and it helps locks it on, get out super fast. Well, the splans actually make it tougher, right? Because we have with the splans, you kind of want 16 basics plus these 2. So if we say like this, we're at 27, 16. So we actually need to cut 3 from this. Yeah. Yeah, we should probably cut 1. You're right. Let's go like this. And then we have 2 cuts. Looks like people want the Brood Moth to go. I'm in. I got to get this. We got to figure out something. That's true. We could cut the Ooze, given that we don't have a lot of green to activate it with. All right. Is that correct? all of this green that I was keeping in becomes less and less appealing the more green we take out, right? So let's get to plan and call this reasonable and put some land back there. 12. Oh, we want like 11. This makes 13 white, 6 green. That's fair, Fenor. We'll know that we're kind of playing procession to kind of force the issue for funsies. But maybe if it's just going horribly, I'll take it out for something a little more impactful. How is Champ better than Ooze and Sage? Well, we could cut Champ for like Sage, I think. But the idea of Ooze is that like the value of this card is that it gets big quickly, but it really doesn't if you're stuck on green. But here, let's I'll say let's cut the Champ, and then we have one more card to add to this. Fenrir is talking about cutting Anthem. That's another thing to consider, that we have enough Anthems. I'm going to stick with the Anthems, though. I think I'll stick with the Anthems. But we'll see how that goes, too. Maybe cutting Anthem for a Sage is interesting. I'm going to poll chat for the final inclusion, though. 20... let's do a 30-second... What deals with gods? Oh, yeah, the Ooze. Yeah, but let's go. Well, then you can make your vote. So Ooze, Champ, or Sage. Or I'll put even Moth on the list if you think the Moth should just go back in here. Which of these should we put back in? And then I'll get this over to Arena and we'll get to playing. It depends on which god you're talking about. There's the gods that come back to your hand at end of turn, and there's the gods that go into your library. It doesn't help with the ones that... Although it's if it's when it dies, I don't know. If the when it dies, put it in your library gods, hit the graveyard ever, then you can do it then. But I'm not sure what the rules text is on those cards now that I think about it. Ooze and Champ. All right, we're going to do a quick runoff, 20-second runoff for Ooze and Champ. Ooze beats out Champ. All right, let's get on with this. Now I got to readjust these lands, though. We were 11 here and 6 here, right? Right? Something like that? No, that seems wrong now. Which one? What's the big mistake? Ooze over what? No, I think 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Yeah, I think we're here. Is this it? Anyway. Well, it'll be interesting, Fenor, because we have a nice clean... When we draw Ooze, would we rather, right? Let's get to deck building now. Y'all have neat desktops? I can't believe my desktop is at all different from anybody else's in the world. I agree that the Champ is the more offensive choice to keep. I'm going to cut a Johnny. If we decide we want to somehow come back and put him back in, we can do so at that time. Then we're going to apply styles and craft all. What's the creature count? Well, let's figure that out. We got 15 creatures plus a bunch of token makers, so I'm not worried now. Creatures good. Well, what we do, it's 15 creatures, but we have Raise the Alarm. Technically, Amiria's Call, although I'm not really counting on that. Tendershoot Dryad is one of the creatures, but also our creatures make creatures. Like, of the 15 creatures, many of them make creatures. And I guess that's the only other token. Oh, we have Legion's Landing also as a non-creature creature. So I think we're doing okay. Anybody claim bling? No bling claimed. I'm going to go for my own then. Out some Theros shinies. Not shinies, I guess, but pretty. Well, looks like the deck has some issues that chat is concerned about. We're going to see how badly those issues punish us. I'm going to go 5, 5-10. Maybe it's 5-10. Nah, we got mentors and stuff we want early enough that it should be this. Just tough we got no fixing. You like 6, Radian? I don't feel like I can go much higher than 6. Then we have 9, 10, 11. It's 11-6 on the split. All right. Yes, but at least if we don't get these on 2, it's not the end of the world, but we want to do something on 2, so it would be bad to have this be our only 2-drop and then not have the green for it, totally. Yeah, 11-6 or 10-7, I think you're right, are the 2 choices. And maybe it should be 10-7. But we do have, Glorious Anthem and triple white here, and we really want white, right? And like we want a lot of these, you see a bunch of single mana at the low end, but really if you want a 2 spell on 3, you need 2 white. Well, it looks like Fenor likes 11-6, Radiant Rare likes 10-7. We're right in there somewhere. I'm going to go with this since I've got it built, and I'm going to leave the name as is. Some good name suggestions out there, but I do want to get playing. That was a tough build, everybody, but it's good when you have a tough build. It means you had a lot of options, so it means the draft went decently. All right, are you ready, Jinx? Yeah, that Omnath went really late, right? Seems like Jinx likes the multicolor nonsense. Let's see if we can figure that out. Find out what he's up to. Give me the play. I want the play. All right, got the play. Didn't get one of our 1-drops, but we have a nice start here, so we're going to take that. Found our second planes, which is good because of what I was saying. We do want multiple planes around here. Vanguard. I'm going to go Vanguard as the bigger creature. And also tough to kill. Mentor doesn't do anything for the attack or anything, so we'll attack first and then try and resolve a Mentor. Well, Pablo, I hope everybody respects the lockdown and does what is needed to keep everybody safe and healthy. A lot of denial out there in the governments in terms of not relocking things down. It's tough out there. Legion's Landing is a little bit late to the party, but start with an attack. A lot of open mana here. Blue-white tends to be very controlling, which makes the landing good if we can land it, because then if they... the nice thing about landing, if we can get it flipped, then it really is powerful against control. Because they can wipe our board, but we sit here making vamp after vamp. Oh yeah, you wouldn't have attacked. That's fair. I should have thought through whether we wanted to march. But I think what we can do... Yeah, maybe that was a mistake. We'll see. I didn't really think it through, gang. I got kind of greedy with this and was thinking of this as later, but I think you're right. Especially against blue-white, where we might be up against a Wrath effect here. But although if we're up against a Wrath effect, I'll be glad we attacked. But flipping this landing next turn is what people are talking about. Spending 1 mana on that turn was spewy. I don't know what that means, though. Yeah, we'll see. I mean... Jinx didn't do anything yet, so that's got to be, like, this has got to be a Wrath, though, right? I'm expecting a blow up here, but Vanguard survives it. Ah, timely. Okay, we can deal with that. Means we get to flip. Maybe we just go Tristani here. Makes everything survive, and it's going to flip our landing. They could block the Mentor, but you know what? I would give the Mentor up for all 3 of Jinx's tokens, knowing that we're flipping the landing to do so. This block suggests a Wrath is incoming. And this is very much... Timely Reinforcements is perfect in a Wrath deck. And it also explains Jinx's lack of plays. Like I'm pretty sure Jinx is just straight up control here. And we're going to hope that a flipped Adanto and a Vanguard that we can make at least destroy-based Wrath proof is going to be enough to survive what is almost assuredly Jinx's control elements. There's ways to safely visit your loved ones. When I say hide in your homes, what I just mean is just be super safe. Jinx is talking, Dionysus is talking about what to do about my advice to just, really hunker down and avoid and stay healthy as we await inoculations worldwide. And I don't mean, really all I mean is be safe, right? So Jinx does have exile-based removal, so that's interesting. But we do have, let's see, Okay, we can exile. We're going to play Angel and exile the Vault. So that should be great. But so, for example, on Thanksgiving, I took my kids and we drove north 90 minutes to my mom and visited her safely. We did not eat with her. We did not get close to her, but we went and celebrated Thanksgiving with her, right? So that's my advice is if you're lonely because you can't hug people, it doesn't mean you can't see them. Just be sensible. Yeah. I hail from Seattle, Washington. I have lived in, and that's where I am now, but I have also lived in New Delhi, India in middle school, and I went to college in Minnesota. So I lived in with my mom. I've lived in a couple places in Washington. Basically, I've lived in Washington, India, and Minnesota. Yeah, a Wrath here buys Jinx some time, I think, because we only survive. The Vanguard survives, but everything else dies. Yeah, sorry. D, you tell your mom I miss the hugs too. Can't wait till we're inoculated. Yeah, Settle the Wreckage is devastating enough that we should approach our attacks playing around that. All right, we got it, though.
I do my hair toss, check my nails. Baby, how you feeling?
All hail non-permanent interaction, right? I was trying to prioritize that this time, and you can see how important it was. Although I got lucky, the non-permanent interaction we had there was one that we wheeled, so sweet. All right. Hajj is up next. No easy outs this week, everybody. Murderer's Row coming to get my hair, although... Yeah, no, our worst game was last week's game 1, Jinx, where you played 2 lands and did literal 0 things, and we had to replay it to have it even be remotely fun. That one was at least interesting because you had a good answer. Like that vault scared me, but then I reread my angels like, okay, we had an answer. We had an answer. We all had you on Omnath. We were predicting Omnath from you for what it's worth. All right, well, here's part of the, was it Fenor who was concerned about only having 15 creatures? Well, this is where it hurts a little bit because we don't have anything early. We could keep this on the effect that, on the anticipation that we're going to draw it, but we're on the play, which means we don't have a lot of, we only have like 1 draw before we're already on our 3s anyway. So I'm with Jim. I think we have to throw this. On the draw, you could make a case though, right? On the draw, you could make a case, but on the play, we just have 1 draw to get any action before we're already at our 3 drops anyway. I think that is 7-5 now, Fenor. All right, we'll keep this and we'll pitch the Ooze since we don't have green mana yet. No, it depends on how you count. I beat you last week. I beat you 2-1. But you're 7-4. You're counting Anyway, yeah. Well, we do. Mama is kind of working on that. Anyway, let's get back to the game at hand. Maybe we just get rid of Procession. We might find a green and like to have the Ooze. Procession isn't doing much for a while. Thanks, Jinx. Come on, basic land off the top. I'll take forest, I'll take plains, but please. Yes, all right, thank you. I'm going to ooze it here over the Anthem so that we can try and get to flipping this Legion's Landing as soon as we can, but I'll start with an attack. Enraptured. Well, we could... Let's Anthem. And actually going to pass, sadly. I don't want to trade either of these. I'm holding on formation. Nice combo from Haj there. We're going to bust it up with a Banishing Light, but damage somewhat already done. And we're still going to say no attacks. If we get a basic land, we can angel away one of the tokens, maybe. Hey, there's our basic. A lot of land here. I don't know if Haj is mono blue or missing colors. Pretty scary to cast anything into all this open mana. But I'm not going to not. I would like to try and execute a game plan here. So I'm going to go for Angel, because if this works, if Haj does not have the answers for Angel and Unbreakable Formation, next we get to go Angel, next turn Unbreakable Formation, swing in, flip the land, and then we look like we're in good shape. This is a fingers crossed. I mean, this is just, yeah, gotta try it, but there you go. Not surprised by that at all. At least it's just waiting to be embalmed. We could cast it again next turn, even if we find another land. No new land, but we get a new spell. Let's try this one. We're just going to keep running into counters, I'm sure, but like we don't have any, like what are we going to do? Wait? Like there's nothing to wait for, I don't think. I really appreciated, you know, Fenrir, I've been thinking a lot about the way I played the control deck I had before. I think it was our matchup we were talking about where I ran out the big Ugin. And you were like, you should have waited. And I was thinking about that and thinking like maybe I do get too hasty in my control versus control matchups. But we're not control versus control here. We are mid-range go wide versus control. And all we can really do is just try to get our spells through and see what happens. Haj in the tank, I don't know if this is because he's deciding whether or not it's worth countering this Tristani or whether... Yeah, it must have been that. Maybe Haj going to the tank is suggestive of running out of counterspells, though, right? If Haj felt that it was that that tough of a call on whether to counter that or not is suggestive of running out of those types of answers, which maybe means we will get to land the Angel. It could be. Bad Lotus suggests it also could be like, well, should I counter it with Neutralize or should I counter it with Blob? That is absolutely also possible. So I'm not saying it's definitive, but it is one possibility that gives me some hope there.
I'm always a step ahead. It's a matter of giving.
So Haj knows about our Angels. Running out Jace does make me think maybe there is more of an answer available here. But here we have another. We get Unbreakable Formation, but Angel does the same thing in terms of increasing power and toughness. If Haj is on some sort of mana leakish type play, yeah, that's the other thing. We could Unbreakable and have Ooze mana available as well. But I'm going to go with the Angel. Yeah, I think you're right, Fenor. It seems very wrong to play Unbreakable Formation before we play Angel of Invention. Well played, Haj. We are continuing to do what we got to do to try and get stuff resolved, but there you go.
Let's try this.
Wow, I almost gacked Saheeli, but I was like, who's going to need Saheeli anyway, right? All right, well, come on. Can we get something going on for us, please? Please, Haj, please. If we get this countered, I don't know what we do. Hey, we did something! All right, let's take out Jace, and we'll go after Saheeli next time. I don't know.
Momentary setback.
Cool mono blue deck from Haj here. Oh, right, can't be countered. Got it. So we don't even know if that was, if Haj still has counters. Right. I mean, we don't know if there's other ones, though. Yeah, right. Okay, well, I don't know if we should hide this land or not. I don't know what other counters are around. I'm just going to play it in case, but I'm also going to leave all of our green. We especially swing to flip the landing if we can do that. Well. I think that's probably GG. What was I saying about trying to intentionally get into blue? I mean, I think this... I'm going to scoop. Let's move on. That's just... We're dead to the control deck now. Yeah, it's all right, though. It does suck to get your stuff countered, but you just have to set your expectations when you're casting into open blue mana. Well, you didn't have to close the screen, Haj. You could sit there staring at the board state and going and pondering all the things you were going to do. Nice deck, Haj. Looks good. Next up, Math Core J. Oh, here, I'll give you a loser.
He's dead, sir.
That man's dead back there.
Must be dead. He was worse than dead. His brain is gone.
Well, Haj, do you remember the game? Do you remember the game where I did a couple things and then you countered literally everything else I did the entire game? I'm surprised you're surprised. I mean, you saw your own hand, right? All right, well, we got all of the counterspells out of the way. That's actually good. I'm not going to see another counterspell for the rest of the event. We're going to keep this a little bit light on the stuff to make Loxodon incredible. But, yeah, I learned that too, Haj. I was like, hope he doesn't counter this, and chat was like, Anyway, sorry, we're going to keep this, and I'm going to play Call tapped, and then we're going to try to hold Takedown as spell, and we have Initiate. Maybe we'll find... We're also on the draw, so maybe we find some 1-drops and 2-drops that it'll help us out here. This is the inclusion that we're kind of doing for more fun than we think correctness. What were we thinking? This would be the Moth. Like, we were going to have the Brood Moth in instead, but... went with that. Glory Bound gives us something to fight back with, at least. Oh, the mono, yeah, the red deck we passed was bonkers. So, like, that's another thing. Like, we're probably losing this one too. This is supposedly a good matchup for us, but holy heck, the red we passed. Interesting that Math didn't go for killing the Initiate. I think I might have just fired off the Crater Maker to kill the Life Linker in against Mono Red, because then what do we do? As it is, we can do a takedown for the Cadet. That's not good enough. We're just gonna... I'm going to exert here, but we are way up against it. Like, maybe I am supposed to take down the Cadet. I mean, what else are we doing? Like, even just taking... Yeah. Or we could... I mean, we could get the token. I think we got to do this. It's not very exciting, but we just don't have much action. We don't have green yet for the march. Nice Chandra. This was a card that was in pack 1 that somebody in chat wanted us to move into red because of its availability. Magic is hard, Haj. Magic is hard. Yeah, it doesn't look like we're winning this one, but
This is gonna hurt.
we'll play it out a bit more. Yeah, I mean, we're a green away from doing something, right? Here we go. And so a decent situation here. Well, March is instant. We can do it later. But if we can untap with all 4 tokens, we get to Unbreakable Formation, attack for 8, hopefully kill Chandra. Then, after combat, Venerated Loxodon to make them all even bigger. So, yeah, quad block carry seems right. Oh, interesting. Damned if you do, damned if you don't time. We're going to take the damage once. And hope that March and the lifelink gets us back. Yeah, they may, but let's see here anyway. No, we really want to kill this Carry Zev. We have to get this thing dead. Oh, but it has first strike. I didn't think that through right.
This will be easy.
Chat lethal in some respects. Chat was on board with that play, but it didn't work out for us. Still, I do not think we are done for. Hang in there, chat. Hang in there. We go Unbreakable Formation, get 4 life back, and then Loxodon and have some capability, or we can play Tender Shoot and we'll end up with 4 blockers at 2 life and 2 life linkers, but risk factor is rough. Can't punt unless you tell me what the better line is. Don't punt until you tell me what your play was. That makes it clearly the better play, D. Block the monkey. Fenrir says we have to Dryad. Interesting. People say half to Formation, half to Dryad. We get 2 3/3s. How do we get? Oh yeah, because we get 2 3/3s. That's a good point. We get a lot of blockers, but then the trouble is Chandra says, exile top card of your library. You may cast that card. If you don't, Chandra Torch of Defiance deals 2 damage to each opponent. So we have to get life here, but it may be that what our play is to play Tender Shoot and attack with 1. Right? Yeah, we could actually attack both at Chandra, and then Tender Shoot to get 3 blockers. Both of these at Chandra, Tender Shoot for 3 blockers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I better play this first so that we get our 10. Procession. Yeah, 10 on upkeep would do it anyway. That's true. Gaining 4 is huge. All right, I'm gonna... Oh, this is a really tough one, gang. But I'm gonna go formation, both at Chandra, Loxodon. That's the plan. Gotta decide. Gotta decide. Yeah, I know there's no timer, but we need to play reasonably.
All right, that's it.
And if we Loxodon, maybe we don't Loxodon and keep up our lifelink blockers. I think that's the key here. That's the key. I couldn't imagine not Loxodoning, but it's correct. We need the lifelink up. And now we have to decline, because if we took 4, we'd be at 2, but they haven't Chandra'd yet, so we have to decline this and let them have 3 cards. Ouch. Yeah, not only is Oppo here to have some fun, but it's not necessarily fun for the viewing audience to sit here and watch me tank on one decision for 12 years. All right, scary. We can also, we could raise the alarm. Loxodon for a bunch. Yeah, the Siege Gang is too tough, though. We needed, like, an answer for Siege Gang. Dryad seems like the play now. But if we don't attack for life, Math literally untaps and fires 3 bolts to our face and we're dead. So we have to send our life linkers. Send 1. Yeah, I think we still have to send both, right? I'm on send both. Well, it gets us to 10 life. I don't know. What does anything do anymore? But 10 life is fundamentally what we get out of this. And we can go raise the alarm, Loxodon, but Dryad is still... do we get there on Dryad? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, okay, we still get there. Just making sure we get there. I don't think... It still feels like this isn't enough, but it's clearly like the most impactful thing we could do while keeping our life total high. Yeah, Hodge says we're still dead, but, you know, I'm just doing what we can.
This'll be easy.
All right. Well, we certainly called it in the draft that, yeah, people were saying, no, green-white is a great matchup against red. Like, this should be a good matchup. It's like, not against only one person in red. That game was so over. Come on. Chucking goblins at our face? There was nothing to do about that. Right? I don't know. If I missed not dying, you're a better Magic player than me. That's incredible. Math, great deck. We were if you go back and watch the draft, we were watching the red cards flow and going like, yeah, all right, well, we're gonna lose to the red deck. And it seemed to us to be the red deck, the one red deck. Although we've seen other red, but like one mono red, I should say. Good game. I'll give you a different loser meme.
Is this a dead man, Doctor? Very dead, Mr. Spock.
I did have fun with that procession. Maybe the moth would have been better, but the procession did do stuff. I'm going to keep it. And Haj, you can look at the deck in a bit. I'm going to just play this right now, but we can look at the deck after this, and you tell me what you take out to put the Moth in. All right, I'm 1 and 2, but I like my deck. I think I'm going to go 5 and 2 this week. Let's go 5 and 2 here. The next 4 of you get prepared to be smashed. You're going to get smashed. Smashed! Boo earns. Well, I'll leave the raise the alarm in case Masapo would like to take it, because I'd rather have the Glorious Anthem, but I don't think that Masapo is going to leave us with the Glorious Anthem. Oh, they did. All right. I'm cool with that. And when we have takedown, we can get it back soon enough. Radiant would have raised. Well. You can even go Serpent here, although then we can't attack with a Kitty. And the Serpent can be bigger later, so I'm going to go Anthem. I'm going to get it back, but not now. Here we go. Yeah, Serpent for 0 is funny. We can get it back now, but we can also... Yeah, let's get it back now. Serpent for 0 works because we have an Anthem. It would be a 1/1. Yeah, yeah, good question. It does work the way you want. There's that Blood Artist that Dave said would be fun to build around. Yeah, it's mono blue, mono red, and mono black we've seen so far. Knows about both of our cards. I'm not going to play the land yet. Start with an attack. Yeah, Masapo's getting a lot of cards out of the arena, but the damage is helping us. So we'll see if we can get Masapo dead before the value engine catches up to us. Yeah, I like holding the... That's a good point. I mean, there's conflicting tensions in terms of maxing out a Stone Coil or, having a land for the Hallowblade. But I think having the land for the Hallowblade makes some sense with a lot of destroy effects in black. So let's go Stone Coil for 2. Do you like Stone Coil for 2, making it a 3/3? Or waiting and making it even bigger after we raise the alarm? Interesting. Wait on raise the alarm? I mean, this is 4 power. So if we do this, it's 4 power plus 3 power. So this is a total of 7 power, whereas casting this is 5 power. Okay. All right, we'll do a Serpent on 4X to hold the planes for Hallowblade and still have a very large Serpent. Ayara. Two to get the skeleton back. Ayara can't tap yet. We gotta put the pedal to the metal here and get Masapo dead before they turn the corner. Fetters is amazing. We're gonna throw that on Ayara right now. Huge draw for us, huge. Right. Ayara isn't gone, but the inability to block and the inability to tap to sacrifice another black creature and draw a card is gone enough for me. Uh-oh, Gary. Gary incoming. Here it comes. Lily! Oh no! Jeepers!
And make new comrades.
Just when I thought we were good. We're not, I don't know if you mean them or us, Jim. We still have some play here. We still have a lot of outs. All right, well, I hope to prove you wrong, Jim.
Get out of my way!
From your death.
I wish we could just kill here, but we can't. We're gonna send Hallowblade at face and Token at Lily.
I am exhausted.
Raise the alarm gives us lethal in hand, even if we get swept, board swept or something. 9 is scary as heck. What is Masapo up to? Oh no. Help! Maybe just making a bunch of food? All right, well, still, this is interesting. Yeah, this all dies. Do we win? I mean, we get raise the alarm, but they're going to get stuff out of this, right? I mean, Massacre Girl's going to be on board. They have food... Well, they have food sack... Well, now they don't. No... Oh, yeah, they do. They have food sack and Massacre Girl. How are they? Oh, they're at 2 because of the... Yeah, that's fair. How about that draw? What are we even taking out? Massacre Girl for the attack. Oven for the no more food. All right. I'll hold the land because black has hand disruption that maybe Maspo will be compelled to use or something. I don't know. This is interesting. They got a lot of life. The engine here. This is why I was saying, you know, the sanctions you could legit say go for the oven, because the oven plus skeleton plus food does mean that we are like they're at a virtual infinite, you know. And now reach. Yikes. I mean, we're bigger, but still. Now drawing land when we don't want to, but hardly flooding. Just drawing some lands. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I kind of went with chat on that one. I was really looking at the oven. Everybody's like, girl, 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 so I went with it. But I was really thinking oven is the problem child here. This can't block. If we send in these, one is eaten and one is traded for. Don't know if we want to throw away any of our tokens yet. I think it's just Angel. And Maspo really wants to hold on to that Mecha Godzilla and hope that it gets like lifelink. No, D, I don't. That's bad advice. Sometimes my gut is horribly wrong and needs correction. Great, everybody's getting their decks to work against me. Yeah, it's pretty nice, but now we get our now we get a chance to get another thing dead. I'm hoping the giant blocks. Oh, they're just going to do it that way. Sure. Good play, Maspo. To 24. If we can survive, maybe we can get there on deck, but I don't think we can with Conrad. We're not gonna. We at 10 life, we're just gonna lose before Maspo decks. I think we're just dead. And I think we win if I had taken out that oven. So, you got me, chat. You tricked me into losing this game. I'm gonna let Masapo have their fun and take one more draw, unless he can get us here. All right. Oh, we drew the land we needed. Yeah. Yeah, I want you to do that. That was just a no swing for the fun of it. We had no chance. All right, well, I was going to try and go 5 and 2. Now I'm just going to try and desperately see if I can't still win the week somehow. Why are people talking about Puppet? No Puppet will be purchased today. Even if I won 6, no Puppet will be purchased today. So you can sit down on that. I'm looking for its magic. Are we not? Oh, there. No, I don't think so, Jim. I face great players all the time around here. Everybody's good that comes into these darn things. That's why it's so hard. Oh my god, that is the biggest lie, D. I'm going to time you out, and you're going to spend your time out digging through my VODs, finding the place where I promised a Puppet at 1-6. Yeah, on the play, not much to do, but a couple of great cards if we get there, but maybe not enough to do early here. By the time I got deeply into music, I was a CD guy. I really started buying music heavily in like the mid 80s when CDs were just coming out. Anyway, back to this mulligan decision. It's really tough when we have such great cards to get to. But on the play, I think I need to mulligan this and find something with more action up front. Ugh, this does not have that, but I got at least I have Banishing Light and Fetters to answer stuff. So I'm going to keep, and I'm going to pitch one of these Angels. I guess since we have answer cards, I'm going to, in Banishing Light and Fetters, I'm going to keep the Angel of Invention and pitch the Angel of Sanctions. I'm not going to Banishing Light the Nyx Fleece Ram, I don't think. It's a beating, but let's say this game goes for 15 turns and they're at 35 life because of it. Like, we can still beat that, right? We just have a lot more work to do, but I don't think it's worth using our premium removal on. It doesn't stop what we're doing enough. Yeah, curve consideration is fair because we have fetters and, you know, but it's true. I can't bring myself to do it here. I'm going to at least do one more turn here. Next turn we have light or fetters. Just effing so. Let's get rid of the Heliod. Especially because Faith Fetters doesn't even turn off Heliod's triggers, so we can't even Fetters it effectively. Hoping for a basic next turn so we can just get the Angel going, and then Mikaeus and go to town. Basic land, best draw in our library, for sure. Although, you know... Yeah, if we don't get a basic land, a Mikaeus wouldn't be the worst. Because then we can Mikaeus, find our basic land, Angel, and activate the Mikaeus on the same turn. So that's a good point, Fenor. I bet John here has the that cleric we saw, the uncommon cleric for Zendikar. Found our land though, so we are going to go. Gosh, you could even make an argument for the Mikaeus play first. It's really nice to Mikaeus and have an active Mikaeus when you drop something like Angel. Yeah, maybe I've talked myself into actually thinking the Mikaeus play first is going to be better. But Angel, yeah, Angel activates landing next turn. That's a great, great point too. But what do you think, gang? Mikaeus ahead of Angel, or let's get this landing flipped ASAP? Well, we can use it as a source of mana, you know. I'll pull this one. This is a super interesting sequencing question to me. I don't know what the right answer is, so it's a good time for a poll. Are we leading with MIK or Angel? Looks like Chad is mostly leaning the way I had it in my head that I wanted to get Angel down, but talking it through, like Mikaeus, if it lives, is quite the play. All right, I'm with you, chat. That's where I ended up, so I agree. I could have done it after combat, but it doesn't matter. We've done the same thing every turn. John blocks my 1/1. Nothing was going to change about that. Yeah, they might remove Mikaeus, but then we get to keep our Angel, maybe. Now we have to play the Fetters if we don't want it stripped from our hand. But if we don't see anything that... I mean, there's nothing to play Fetters on right now that matters. So we're going to Angel next turn. And accept that Elspeth is a bit nightmarish for us. I can't imagine. Maybe a 1-drop shows up that we really want to play, and we go 1-drop face Fetters and leave the Angel in hand that can't get stolen by Nightmare, but... it's funny, Tristani and Angel are very much kind of the same card, but we're going to go with Angel first. Bye, Fetters. Hardly knew ya. Second time we've done white-green counterish stuff. Second time it's not really gone great, despite me thinking we had a good version of the deck. Does that mean this deck isn't good, or does that mean we're just not having its sample size? I don't know. Losing the Angel here, but we get Tristani next turn. If I knew that John had Oath, I would have played Tristani. Although Angel just eventually dies to this no matter what. Yeah, but they were similar strategies, so not exactly the same cube, but Hat makes the point that not the same cube, but similar strategy. Put counters on the team here. Well, we're out of cards. Hopefully we flip this landing and keep our Tristani and Mikaeus. This is such a controlling build, though. I'm kind of worried about a Wrath just kind of ending the game. Like, if we get Wrathed, the landing isn't flipped, we don't really have a recovery plan. We can still, maybe let's go and make some tweaks. Like, Lotus wants to see a Johnny, other people wanted the Moth. We can go take out the Procession and mess with the deck a little bit before the last two games. Tender is the knight. Could flip the landing, but at the cost of some creatures. I'm going to be patient now and just pass. Start tender shooting and using the Mikaeus to get him bigger. Right? I mean, it's just throwing... I guess we could throw away one of these for flip, but if we wait a turn, we get to send these in as 6/6s. Scotty wants landing flipped. All right. And it's damage. Okay, I'll do it to flip the landing. That's fair. We're also going to tender shoot a bunch, we hope. Nah, yeah, I guess I could send the other 4/4. That's true. I don't know why I kept this one back. Somehow I was thinking I didn't want to risk my 4/4s beyond the 1, but I should have sent this one. Doesn't really matter if we'd sent this. If we'd sent this one, no, it doesn't matter. It definitely should have sent it. You're right. That's a punt. It's a clean, clear attack with this. If we're going to send these other three, we don't want to risk just Tristani or Mikaeus, but there's no reason not to send the servo. There's no good argument for that. So I agree. Are we getting damage through? We're getting 3 through, but if we wait, we get a counter on the Dryad token. Tough to say. I guess we'll get the damage. It does get us extra life for whatever that's worth. it's good to get this flipped, as said, with the Doom Whisperer being able to surveil a bunch for just life. I mean, John could surveil... If John has one specific answer he needs in 26 cards, could literally pay, you know, 14 life to surveil 7 times and dig 14 cards deep into his library, find the Wrath, and sweep the board and be done, you know? So having this Adanto as a potential recovery plan for a Wrath is nice. I was looking away. Did John leave one on top there? I guess not. This is nerve-wracking. May whatever you're looking for be the last card in your deck, John. And if you have 3 of them, may they be the last 3. Well, they're looking for something that prevents them from losing to our swarm. Now, again, I wasn't looking. Did they keep something on top? Finally, they did. All right, so we're probably getting swept here. I can't imagine that John didn't do all that work not to find a sweeper. Maybe John felt that was good enough? Well, we're untapping with our stuff, so that's nice. Drawing a land, less nice, but can't win them all. Well, we are stopping our team from growing. We're making a Dryad token a turn, but Doom Whisperer gets to eat something per every turn. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 blockers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 attackers. Presumably 3 get through, which is ostensibly lethal, except lifelink puts them at a virtual 13. Oh yeah, feeding the Dryad, sure. What do you mean, 6? 1, oh, right, 6 attackers. Sorry, I counted this. You're right. 1, 2, 3, 4. So maybe 6 isn't worth it? Yeah, get damage in now. I guess we throw away tokens to Doom Whisperer to just keep throwing non-Tristani, non-Tendershoot creatures at them, right? You can see why John wanted the Mikaeus dead. At 5, the Doom Whisperer can handle it. At 4, the Ram can do some blocking. As soon as we get 5 5s and 6 6s, it's a lot tougher. Yeah, I'll leave land in hand to be a little tricksy. We don't have much in the way of... I guess we have March of the Multitudes. We'll only keep 1 land in hand because of that, but I think it's decent. Thank you, Harmonize. I do have my... I'm pretty focused on the game plan here, so I don't think I'm going to forget Adonto, but I could put a post-it just to be sure. Helps me remember. Except it actually has to be sticky, or it does nothing. Got a bunch of not sticky post-its. Never mind. I'm gonna have to remember. John going hard for the sweeper. I don't even have dots nearby, and I don't like them. They get gunk on my monitor. I stopped using the dot. Oh, here, wait, here, I got fresh post-it. She's just all over the news lately. Suddenly, that's marketing for you. Hollywood. I always know some movie is coming out when I suddenly hear nothing except, gee, I'm hearing about Gal Gadot every day, all day. Clearly, she'll be in a movie soon. Well, this is clearly the, like, come on! Come on! Watch John find perfect card with 1 life and find a way out of this. Yeah, I don't know. That's a good point that Tristani has a descriptor that doesn't... Oh, all right. On the last gasp. Did John find it? Oh my gosh, John was digging forever. John did so much digging. Yeah, maybe it's that it's 3 creatures in one that are at in each other's heads or whatever, but it's got to be a sweeper, right? It couldn't have been a Wrath? Why not? Maybe he's just looking for anything? Yeah, I see what you mean, Haj. Well, I mean, he might have been looking for a Wrath, but failed to find it, right? All right, Takedown doing something for us. Probably take down the Shepherd. I mean, you can take down Doomy, but then I guess they get a 1-mana Doomy. I just don't, like, I'd rather take out the thing that turns everything amazing. And I'm going to take the Shepherd out and see if we can't get a win here on the attacks. All right, I got another win today, finally.
I do my hair toss, check my nails. Baby, how you feeling?
I'll take it. I'll take it. All right, we're going to look at the deck one more time, make some swaps, try some of the other angles we were looking at. So I'm going to give, let's see, it was Bad Lotus really wants to see a Johnny in. I moved a Johnny into the board, but we know which a Johnny, and we can add it. So I'm going to let Lotus decide on an Ajani swap. And then, was it Fenor who wanted the Moth? It's this a Johnny? Oh, no, wait, it's not that a Johnny. Never mind. It is... Because I know I didn't have him, so... Oh, right, that's why it's not showing up. I gotta find the ones I don't have. Hold on. This one. Yeah. So we're gonna run that. Oh, you choose, Fenor, your choice. So I want to hear what Lotus wants to cut for the Ajani and what Fenor wants to cut for the Moth. Moth for Anthem. Although here I'll put that in my board. Procession is a good call, but I want to hear from Lotus. But since I'm not here, I think Procession is what we were talking about, right? We can cut Procession as a little win more cutesy, but we'll try that. Maybe so, David. What would you like? Maybe you want a wholesale rebuild of this. To an extent, I'm playing the cheap stuff because of our anthems and because of our Loxodon. I think the token go wide doesn't need the cheap stuff, but we're not pure one angle. We're doing enough things that with the power of the Loxodon, I like keeping the cheap stuff. And since we have multiple anthems. No worries, Lotus. Sorry, you're having issues. And if you come up with something you want over the procession, let me know. We'll consider that cut. In the meantime, next up is Dominate. All right, Nate. Strong deck called by Haj. I believe him. Well, we got one of our replacement cards in hand, so that'll be interesting. I'm going to keep this and cross fingers for a green source, and we get Garrison Cat. I'm willing to start Mikaeus on 2 if need be, and then we start ticking them up. But we at least have a 1-2 play here, even if we don't find a forest. Brute. Yeah, I'll Brute. Since we don't have a turn 3 play, we can Brute now and Mikaeus on 3. I mean, Mikaeus is one of our Anthem effects as well. Fenner wants to Mickey. Interesting. Okay. Well, too late. Now I like... I'm still going to do Mickey on 3, so we can do the thing where we get Mikaeus down and then raise the alarm Mikaeus activation after this. Let me check. CBL looks like it was maybe a little wonky. I just gave it focus, so maybe that'll fix it. It often does. Ah, all right. Well, we can make Gingerbread unblockable, and we at least get a cat back. And then I'll still do Mikaeus on 1 here. Although, man, Macias on 2 was nice because we could actually open on the Anthem instead of open on power it back up. So I don't know. Let me think about this. Like with a Johnny potentially hitting on 4, I think I like raise the alarm, maybe a Johnny, and then save Macias for after. Or am I being too greedy on Macias now? I'm going to raise the alarm. Sequencing with Macias is super subtle. All right, well, this is... This is a threat. Well, we were saying how much red was going around. Looks like there's multiple red drafters. Only one mono red player so far. Good for us. Glad you missed your languish. Sorry about that, John. That had to be crazy to dig that far and not find it. Could give up one of our tokens for one of theirs, but if we find a land, we can drop a Johnny. I'm going to just take this. Boo earns. Kind of like keeping everything back in case of needing to do some, like gang block the war boss. We basically can't let the war boss attack and live if we have any resources to prevent it. Yeah, all y'all wanted to kill the protector. I'm just... I don't know. Yeah, maybe you're right. Like, I just want so much against the war boss. Like, we're just up against so much. I don't know. Yeah, you're right. The Preserver is going to get big with the war boss trigger. And the lack of finding a land to get us to sanctions could be our downfall. If we draw the O-ring effect off the top, we could be okay. But at least the reason I didn't block is just because I feel like having blockers this turn is so important. But you're absolutely right. The Preserver is just going to get out of hand. Blah. Well, Vanguard, get everybody big, I guess. Really need some land to have a chance. We could send in Ginger Brute and at least be doing some damage. Does this still have haste? Haste until end of turn. Okay. Yeah, we're not doing anything else with the mana, right? So send the Brute. And maybe even make it big. That's what we're going to do with this anyway. Hey, that's another one of the cards we almost went into red for, but decided not to. We're dead, gang. We had a chance with some land, but now it's too late. Glorybringer plus no land over here in time for Angel next turn is GG. But with the Glorybringer down for a turn, I'm not gonna give up. Like we have outs. We do have outs. But we need land, or I think we're just done for. Like a forest here would be great, but we're probably casting a Johnny either way. All right, deck. That's cute. I almost want a rematch against Dominate. I think we have a chance with any kind of better mix of spells and land, and we mulliganed, and this is all done. Here, I'll give you the Neverland first, though.
Where are we going? To Neverland. Neverland. Neverland.
Neverland.
Oh, but Neverland.
You could argue there was a long way to go. I mean, it's 13 to 15. If you want to get on me for early scoop, that's fine. But we're also almost at noon here, so we'll get in our final match. You go on the week, chat. Congrats. I got to stay away from green-white, apparently. Thank you for the sub. Appreciate that. A request for this one.
Take your blah blah to the blah blahologist.
All right, now I got to save my gems. I'm not supposed to lose gems when I play on MTG Draft.Heroku app, but I am now up against it. If I lose this match, if I lose this game against Chimero, we go to the store. It's not going to be a 6-1 store visit, but we will go to the store. And I don't want to do that. So I'm coming for you, Chimero. I'm going to get you. Good games, Nate. Yeah, I should check it out. Maybe they could help me. All right, Oppo going first, but we can keep this one. 1, 2, 3 seems nice. Takedown. We could go Takedown on 1, Glory Bound on 2, Bodyguard Macias on 3, protecting Macias. Looks like with an Elvish Reclaimer on 1, though, I'm expecting 5C nonsense from Chimero here, or I bet 3+ colors when I see Reclaimer. Let's see. That's true. So you just want to go Bodyguard? All right. An offer for the Reclaimer. We could just take a block here. Although, yeah, we're trying to get big and wide. I'm going to not block, and Chimero's read is going to be correct. Cool. Found third land, so now we can go Glory Bound. And obviously not going to trade Bodyguard for a Visionary when we're looking to lord up our team. Good one, Tron. Should make a meme for that if this card ever comes back. A bunch of the cards we were considering at various points. I remember taking a different, I think we took a different green card over the Visionary. I think it was like Tristani we took over Visionary, and Rada was something we were considering in pack 1. It is a perfect album. That's my favorite album of all time. Paul Simon's Graceland. If you have never listened to Graceland start to finish, that's my musical assignment to you. Let's see. We can take down... Well, let's take down Rada when we have a chance. We're going to go Mikaeus here. Oh, the lyrics. The lyrics. Sometimes when I'm falling, flying, or tumbling in turmoil, I say, whoa, so this is what she means. I just love that album so much. Uh, 4/4 lifelink is a trade for Rada. I'll trade Glorybound for Rada, do you think? Or are we just saving that, just holding? Oh, you can listen to the deluxe, but your assignment is the original tracks. I'm sure the deluxe is just like extra tracks and stuff. A loose affiliation of millionaires and billionaires and baby. All right, I want to know if I should attack with this. I think yes. I know that we've got all this stuff coming that makes it even better, but that's a lot of life. We still get to do our thing. Oh, that reminds me, I gotta make a Christmas playlist. Maybe I'll do that after this game. It's late in the stream, Jim. I'm leaning on chat like a crutch at this point. Yeah, actually now Krenko probably more important to get off the battlefield than Rada even. CBL, I don't know. I have it open. I can restart it. I'll try a little restart if CBL's having tough times for people. We're on the restart. Okay, Hollow Blade plus Takedown is a great turn here. Send the Bodyguard if they block with anything we Mikaeus and are happy with the result. Yeah, I like that. Bodyguard for 2 creatures, even though one of them already got value, is fine with me. Should be just YouTube. Let's see. I think I did this command. Yeah. Adanto. I think we go ahead and Adanto ahead of... We're going to try and get formation down. I would trade an Adanto out of hand for the Rada. Not sure what this 4 mana, 4 cards is about. Seems like there's something at instant speed that's looking to get us. Cool, Lotus. You should. Is it Spotify? Share the link here. what I want, the Christmas playlist I want to make that you can start thinking about are non-traditionals, modern Christmas songs that are original non-traditionals. You like formation, main phase, and swing. We do get to activate Micaeus that way. That's a really good point. I think Radiantware is right. Like I'm trying to be super greed and like formation after all this stuff, but look how good it is right now. Modern, just because like the thing is, most of the Christmas songs, like the traditional Christmas song, that stuff came out in like the mid-century, last century, right? So like, yeah, not a cover of a. It just should be a Christmas song that person wrote. How about that? You know. All right, I'm going to do it though. Anyway, my point is, I think this is a good enough play to do now. Especially because we get to exert the initiate for free and Micaeus for free. We can declare Mickey. It's okay. It's all indestructible. Actually, what about putting a +1/+1 counter on and going for the kill here? There we go. Fenrir and I on the same page there. Glad I saw that before I went with my original plan. And that should be GG unless, what can we lose to for 1 blue, 1 green, or 1 black? I don't know, but I'm going to go pay some life. Angel it up. And get the scoop. All right. Great matches this week, chat. Well,
baby, how you feeling?
Green-white wasn't spectacular, but we got pretty darn close to winning the week off of it. And we lost to some spectacular decks, and we got a little unlucky in our losses too, and a little what's unlucky except you actually messed up, and it still starts with unskilled. We got unskilled and unlucky in a couple of places, but the green-white deck did manage to at least crawl back to respectability. Part of that might have been the changes. Let's see, did the changes matter? We brought in, we never saw the Moth, and we saw a Johnny once, but didn't cast him because we got mana screwed that game. So the changes didn't actually end up affecting things. But yeah, chat lethal. But I was totally on board with that. I let, you know, yeah, that's how it goes. That's all right. I'm going to say thank you to our YouTube friends. That was a lot of fun. Thanks for hanging out. We'll catch you on Monday for some more action, and I'll throw up some other events this weekend that we did this week that I haven't put on YouTube yet. So remember to check out my sponsors, Card Kingdom. Check out my sponsor, Oni Spumoni at Spumoni Works. And have yourself a fantastic weekend, and we'll catch you next draft. Bye, YouTube.